Are you tired of feeling tossed around by your emotions? Like anger flares up too quickly, anxiety gnaws at your peace, or fear holds you back? The good news is you're not alone. These are universal human experiences. But what if there was a way to navigate these turbulent feelings with more calm and control? Welcome back to Stoic Guide. Today we're exploring the ancient wisdom of Stoicism and uncovering simple yet powerful techniques to handle anger, anxiety, and fear, allowing you to cultivate greater inner peace and resilience. Before we dive into specific emotions, it's crucial to understand a foundational principle of Stoicism. It's not the external events themselves that upset us, but rather our judgments about those events. Think about it. Someone cuts you off in traffic. One person might erupt in anger, while another simply sighs and moves on. The event is the same, but the emotional response differs wildly. Why? Because of the story we tell ourselves about the event. The Stoics believe that by examining and challenging these judgments, we can fundamentally change our emotional reactions. This is incredibly empowering because it puts the control back in our hands. As the philosopher Epictetus wisely said, people are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them. Let's start with anger. Stoics like Seneca saw anger as a destructive force, a kind of temporary madness that clouds our judgment and leads to harmful actions. So how can we handle it the Stoic way? First, recognize your triggers. What situations, words, or even internal states tend to ignite your anger? Pay attention to those early warning signs. A tightening in your chest, a clenching of your jaw, a rush of heat. Once you're aware of your triggers, you can start to intervene. The second technique is the power of the pause. When a trigger arises, resist the urge to react immediately. Create a deliberate space between the event and your response. This might be taking a few deep breaths, counting to 10, or even just silently observing your feelings without judgment. As Seneca advised, the greatest remedy for anger is delay. Finally, practice shifting your perspective. When anger arises, try to see the situation from another angle. Could the other person have misunderstood? Are your expectations unrealistic? Is this truly worth the energy you're expending on being angry? Remember Marcus Aurelius's words. Begin each day by telling yourself, "Today I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, selfishness, all of them due to the offender's ignorance of what is good or evil. But for my part, I have long seen what good is, and how beautiful it is, and what evil is, and how ugly it is, and have recognized that the wrongdoer himself is a part of the universal order." Next, let's tackle anxiety. Often anxiety stems from worrying about things we can't control: the future, other people's opinions, external events. The Stoics had a powerful antidote for this. Focus on what you control. Remember the dichotomy of control. We have dominion over our thoughts, our judgments, our desires, and our actions. Everything else is largely outside our influence. Spending mental energy worrying about things we can't change is, to the Stoic, a futile exercise. Another key technique is to embrace the present moment. Anxiety often pulls us into the future with what-ifs or keeps us trapped in the past with regrets. Practice bringing your attention back to the here and now. Simple mindfulness exercises like focusing on your breath or noticing your surroundings can be incredibly helpful. Seneca wisely said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient, for he that is so wants nothing." Finally, consider gentle negative visualization or premeditatio malorum. This isn't about being morbid, but about briefly considering potential negative outcomes. By mentally preparing for difficulties, we can lessen their emotional impact and appreciate what we currently have. Lastly, let's address fear. The Stoics recognized the natural human response to immediate danger, but they also understood that many of our fears are based on our judgments about potential future harm. A core Stoic technique for overcoming fear is to recognize what you can control. Just like with anxiety, focus your energy on your response to the fear rather than the external thing you fear. What actions can you take? What thoughts can you choose? Remember, Stoic courage isn't the absence of fear, but the willingness to act virtuously despite feeling fear. This leads to the second technique, courage through action. Often, the best way to diminish fear's power is to take small, manageable steps towards confronting it. Avoidance tends to amplify fear. Finally, try to reframe the fear. Instead of seeing the feared situation as an insurmountable threat, try to view it as an opportunity for growth and to build your resilience. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could realistically happen? And do I have the inner strength to handle it? Often the answer is yes. Integrating these Stoic techniques into your daily life takes practice, but the rewards are immense. Start by making reflection a daily habit. Take a few moments each morning to consider a Stoic principle or set an intention for how you want to handle your emotions that day. At the end of the day, conduct an evening review. Reflect on situations that triggered negative emotions and how you responded. What could you have done differently from a Stoic perspective? Journaling can be a powerful tool for this self-reflection. Use prompts to explore your judgments and emotional responses. And finally, weave brief moments of mindfulness into your day to stay present and aware of your thoughts and feelings without immediate judgment. Mastering your emotions isn't about becoming emotionless. It's about understanding them, choosing your responses wisely, and cultivating inner peace. Stoicism offers a timeless and practical roadmap for this journey. Which of these emotions do you find most challenging? And which of these techniques resonates with you the most? Share your experiences in the comments below. If you found this video insightful and want more guidance on living a more resilient and peaceful life through Stoicism, please like this video and subscribe to Stoic Guide. Thank you for watching, and may you find greater calm and control in your emotional world.